Okay, let's break down Barcelona's 3-0 win against Mallorca. Now, you might see that scoreline and think, easy win, right? But trust me, it hides a much bigger story. A story of struggle, a flash of absolute genius, and a team that's really trying to find its footing.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How on earth did a match that felt so full of doubt, so frustrating to watch, suddenly turn into a comfortable, decisive victory? Well, that's what we're going to get into. You know, that first half was, honestly, it was a tough watch. It was a far cry from the kind of dominant football Barca fans want to see. The whole team just looked off. They were struggling to find any rhythm at all. There's actually a perfect Spanish word that the source material uses to describe it: espeso. It literally means thick or dense, and that's exactly how the game felt. Sluggish, heavy, like they were playing in mud. No flow, no clarity, just bogged down from the get-go. And you could see why it felt so espeso. It wasn't just one thing. You had Mallorca coming out and applying some early pressure, which was great to see from them, but then you had Barca making these sloppy, persistent defensive errors. There was just this lack of spark, and you could feel the doubt creeping in across the whole team. Just as that first half was taking away, and you're thinking, oh boy, this is going to be one of those games, a moment of individual quality completely flipped the script. And who else? Robert Lewandowski. It wasn't some beautiful, classic Barcelona team goal, not at all. But its importance, you just can't overstate it. That goal broke the tension, shattered the deadlock, and gave them a massive psychological boost right before heading into the locker room. And get this, that goal was about more than just this one match. It officially cemented Lewandowski's place in the club's history books. He's now one of Barcelona's top 15 all-time leading goal scorers. Pretty incredible stuff. So if the first half was a study in pure frustration, the second half, wow. The second half was a masterclass, and it was orchestrated by one of the most exciting young talents in the entire sport. I mean, whatever Xavi said at halftime, it worked. They came out like a totally different team. Suddenly, they were dominating possession, pressing high, and just completely suffocating Mallorca. The source we're looking at described the man of the moment, Lamine Yamal, with this incredible line. Even on a day when the team just wasn't clicking, he somehow found a way to produce magic from what seems like an infinite top hat of tricks. And then, the moment we were all waiting for. Pure magic. Yamal gets the ball, he cuts inside, you see him setting himself up, and he just unleashes this unstoppable shot that flies right into the top corner. What a goal! An absolute golazo that just slammed the door shut on the match. And that goal from Yamal, his 5th in 5 straight games, by the way, that was pretty much the nail in the coffin for Mallorca. They just had no answer for his genius. And then a late goal from Bernal just put the icing on the cake, capping off a totally dominant second half. So in every match, you always look for the hero and, well, the villain, right? But what's interesting here is that the villain wasn't a player at all. It was something else. The hero? I mean, come on, it was Lamine Yamal, no question. His individual brilliance just completely lit up what was, for a while, a pretty dull game. But the villain? It was the atmosphere. The stadium was quiet, subdued. It's a stark reminder of just how much that passionate animation section of the crowd is missed at the Camp Nou. So, this victory keeps Barcelona in the thick of the title race, which is huge. But the road from here, oh man, it is anything but easy. Let's take a quick look at the challenges coming up for both these teams. Yeah, the schedule ahead is tough for both sides. You see, Barca has a massive Copa del Rey semi against Atletico, plus really tough league games against a high-flying Girona, Levante, and Villarreal. And Mallorca, they've got their own battles with teams like Real Betis and Real Sociedad. No easy points there. At the end of the day, this victory was a perfect example of how one person's brilliance can just transform a game. But it really makes you think, right? Is Barcelona's reliance on a 16-year-old phenom a sustainable way to win? Or is it maybe a sign of some deeper issues that the team still needs to figure out?